Hey guys, it's V from V&Brian Against the World. Uh, don't mind my background. I'm just at home on a break and I was trying to read some headlines and stuff so we could get prepared for our upcoming podcast episodes and just haven't been really on YouTube. And to be honest, I think it's time for another video. But I just wanted to come on here because something has been sitting on my soul for a week now. Has it been a week? Maybe a little bit over a week. Um, but it's just so sad, and I just can't believe that a majority of people did see this, but majority of people still wouldn't believe it. Like, I just don't understand what it takes uh, for us to open our eyes and go, wow, something's really wrong. Like, we need to help this person. But it's not, like I said, a lot of people did, and they spoke up, they went on social media, like, they sent wellness checks and stuff, which is great. But it took so long. Long. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's Britney Spears. I have to talk about Britney Spears. Like, Britney Spears came out when I was in high school. Like, she was a emerging pop star with NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. I mean, she was in my time growing up. She was a pop star. She is a pop star. But with what's happened lately, the fact that she spoke up finally about her conservatorship and did a testimony, like, finally she was able to speak. Finally she's able to give her version of things. And that's a huge step. It's huge, especially in the entertainment world and just social media. Like, it just validated everything that the Free Britney movement fan and just Britney fans and conspiracy theorists thought of all along, that she was being held captive, like hostage. And she even said it herself. She related her life like as if in the state of California, per definition, human trafficking, sex trafficking. Like, wow. And it's huge. Like, if you sit here and have no sympathy or emotion for what that girl has gone through, that she's not a girl anymore, she's a woman. She's been in conservatorship for 13 years. Oh man, it's a long time. And just listening to her testimony, because I was just listening to it right now, it was like 40 minutes. 40 minutes. She said she had 4 pages of notations, examples of the abuse that she receives on a daily, what she has to do daily. Like, it's disgusting. And the fact, what bothers me the most is, first of all, she's a human being. And when she had that outbreak, or that like meltdown in public, that was a sign. And we all thought it was funny and that she's crazy. Like, no, she was breaking down because of what was going behind the scenes. On top of that, that Kevin Federline dude, you think he was doing anything good for her? No, the only good thing he's done is provide 2 children that she can't even see. She can't even see without getting evaluated. In this 40 minute testimony that I just listened to, she sounded perfectly normal. She sounded lucid. I mean, she sounded like she was coherent. She knew what she was talking about. She was nervous as heck. You could tell in her voice, and sad. Like, you could just hear her like choking up, and it's just years of abuse. I'm still like amazed, and like, I have to come on here and talk about it because it's disgusting what they did to her. Her parents can go kick rocks. They could go to hell. And that's right, James and Lynn Spears, you're disgusting. I have to come on here and say you're disgusting. And there's going to be a special place in hell for you. That day, that judgment day, if you guys believe in God or in heaven and hell, that judgment day is going to come. I want to be there, front row seat. I want to be there because that the manipulation, the control over your own child for money. That poor girl has been working. Me and my friends, we went to go see her in Vegas, and like everyone was upset, like, oh, I just wish she would like interact with the crowd. I wish she would have like tried to like reach out to her fans more while she's performing. Guys, she is dancing and singing, and if she's not singing, if she's lip singing, she was dancing the hell out of that music. I have never seen her move the way she moved. She danced so well that there's no way that she could be singing and dancing with the amount of movement she was doing. I mean, I was amazed. She did an amazing performance. And it's sad because you could tell she's like depressed or sad, you know? And it irritated me when people are like, "Oh, I wish she would have interacted." Like, guys, she had a breakdown, a public breakdown. She went through a divorce. There's this conservatorship. She's had paparazzi every single day of her life chasing after her. I mean, it's just all these things. You have to think about it. All this factored into her breaking down. She said in her testimony she doesn't trust people because of everything that has happened. So what makes you think she wants to interact with her fans? Maybe she didn't even, and she let us know in this testimony she didn't even want to do the show. She was tired year after year doing things that she didn't want to do. She wanted a break and they wouldn't even give it to her. Like that's I can't say it enough, disgusting. Like, how are we okay with that? And what bothers me is like I don't care what amount of money I paid to go see her, merch. I mean, that money is hers. And instead we were feeding the pockets of these evil people. Like it's just so gross. I It's so infuriating. I mean, if I'm this angry and I'm just a fan and I'm not like a obsessed fan. Like I just enjoy her music. Her performance was phenomenal. When she first came back after that meltdown on MTV, a lot of people were like, "Yay, Britney's back." But then people were like, "She's not moving." Like they put her on drugs. Drugs she probably doesn't even need. As she said in her testimony, they put her on lithium. Lithium is serious stuff. Like you can't just give anyone lithium. And these people all just like she said, she should have the right to sue, and like she said, all these people deserve to go to jail. They do because what they did was total manipulation, control. Like she's a puppet. Like everyone says that Britney's a clone. Britney's a clone. She died years ago. If that is true, for my conspiracy theorists, if that is true, that poor being, if it's a clone, has to be controlled like a puppet. It's so crazy. And it's like it like irritates me because when she had that meltdown in public where she shaved her head and she was just acting all weird, and that was her cry for help, not because of what she was going through, like her trauma and stuff, but what was happening outside of her personal feelings and like her mental state, like her emotions and what people were doing to her. That is why she did what she did. All the things that were being done to her. And we could sit here and joke around like that one fan that was crying. His name is like Chris. I can't remember the last name. Everyone's like, "Oh man, he was right." Yes. Where you been? That's what bothers me. Like this is why we do a podcast, like to open your eyes. Like you guys have to pay attention to what's going on. Like little things. All those times that she would people are like, "Wear yellow on your next Instagram post to let us know you need help." She wore yellow. She started talking about the Rose Project or Rose, right, as her new single. Well, when you look that up online, Rose is like a human trafficking uh like organization, not organization, but like it relates to human trafficking, sex trafficking. So it's like all these hints every time she was like playing with the hat and she was pointing on the hat, she was like holding the hat and she had her finger on a spot in the hat and it said help. People like like zoomed in and it said help. Like that's sad, guys. We all of us who were figuring it out, we knew all along, and now finally she spoke up. Thank goodness. But I just feel bad because what's gonna happen to her after? Like, how do we not know she didn't get beat up by her dad, her wonderful dad, and her wonderful mom? And her sister decided to come out afterwards and say, "Oh, I really worry about my sister." No, you don't, because you came out when everyone was like, "Oh, we're doing wellness calls for Britney Spears. Um, Britney needs to be freed. Britney needs help. This and that." You, Britney Spears' sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, went on social media and said everything's fine. She's fine. We love her. No, you don't. No, you don't. You are gonna be there too with your parents in that special place of hell. I mean, karma. All I can say is karma, guys. Karma is you know what, and that's gonna come around full swing. And on top of that, the hypocrisy, the fact that they don't let Britney Spears have her own family, have her kids, and she wants to have another baby and get married. And on top of that, I thought her boyfriend was with her the whole time. We thought majority of her fans thought her boyfriend was her caretaker, and it seems like she doesn't even get much access to him. So it's just it's just all hypocrisy because Jamie Lynn got pregnant as a teenager, and now she has multiple kids, but everything's okay there, right? Like she's cool. Why? Because she's not a superstar? Because she said no to being forced to be a superstar? Like it's disgusting. I cannot believe all these people have been living off mooching off of Britney Spears, and this poor girl has who's going to be 40. She's 39 years old and she's been dealing with this since she was a child. I'm not going to say teenager, a child, because she was in the Mickey Mouse Club. Like, so disgusting. I can't say it enough. It's disgusting. And the thing that infuriates me too is that they took, oh, she's mentally unstable. She has mental health issues. And I use quotes because that is not something to joke around about. So many people suffer from mental health and like trauma, PTSD, and they don't get the help that they need. And yet here you made something up for this girl just so you can control her. Like you cannot throw mental health out there as an excuse. Like when all this stuff happened with the BLM movement and just like people starting to like really blow up on other people and being racist, they said, "Oh, I have a mental health illness." No, you don't. No, that is not okay. Mental health is a serious topic, and what they did here, what Lynn and James Spears did, was disgusting. To even James, especially her dad, to say, "Oh, she's unstable. She has mental health issues." You have mental health issues. You are a psychopath, and I know no one will probably see this video, but if he does, I hope he knows everyone. I mean, they're even making doormats now. Everyone welcome but James Spears. So I mean, everyone should be blowing up on them. All those trolls online that comment on things they shouldn't be commenting and making fun of people. Where are those trolls for this guy? For Jamie Lynn, her sister. For Lynn Spears, her mom. Come on, guys. Use your voice for something better. Like, this is so sad. So sad. And I had to come on here and say something because Brian and we're going to do an episode on Britney Spears because it's along what we've been saying, the entertainment world, the way things are manipulated. Like, this poor girl, she's talented and she literally had to change everything about her. Like there's a lot of things that a lot of sources that say that the way she sings is not her true voice. Like they made it like that so she could become famous or be more popish, pop starish. So, there's just so much I could say, but I had to come on here and just say that, give you guys a video, and just like hope that you can relate to like or understand the gravity of the situation. It's just because she's a celebrity doesn't mean she's not a human being. It's so I can't say enough disgusting what she has gone through. I can only wish her better things to come, and just crossing my fingers that she gets herself the right representation to get out of this conservatorship and everything goes in her favor. And what she does with her life is her problem. This whole paparazzi thing, and then like the media, they make things, and they lie about things, and they manipulate it into a way that it isn't true of what's going on. And that's just everything in general. Again, disgusting. So guys, stay alert, stay aware, pay attention, open your mind, and realize what's going on. But hopefully, we'll come back with another video, and hope you enjoyed it. Definitely subscribe to our channel and like and share. And also, we have our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Castbox as V and Brian Against the World. And we do have our Instagram as V and Brian Against the World, underscore in between each word. Talk to you guys soon.